Hello Wolfpack, we've got a short video today. We're discussing a channel formation that I deem to be of major importance. In fact, I think it's one of the most important channel formations Bitcoin might have seen for a very long period of time because it tells us, when used in conjunction with horizontal support levels, the critical kind of levels we need to look at for Bitcoin and the time frame of where that bottom could be, as well as the critical breakout point. So this channel kind of encompasses all of our views on Bitcoin in one chart. It's very straightforward, it's very simple. Let's get into it now. Like usual, before we get into it, VIP group, you can check in the pinned comment below. Free Telegram community discussion group, pinned comment below. Crypto Academy courses, pinned comment below. And of course, the new Crypto Academy YouTube channel where I do collaborative videos with Mega Well Crypto, pinned comment below. I'm going to keep this video short and sweet. Straight off the bat, looking at the Bitcoin chart on the daily chart, we can draw in the channel formation. We can draw it in stemming from the wicks here, stemming from May 2022, draw it right across to the candle wicks that we've seen in recent days. Now I could go ahead and draw this better, but you get the main point. The point is we had the lows of which were tested in May 2022, through to the wick here in August, through to the wick recently in early November, and that forms the downtrending line on Bitcoin, which also lines up with the downtrending line formed by the bull market support band, hence making it our major breakout zone. We've spoken about this before in the past. If we break above that zone and break above the bull market support band, I would be confident enough to say that the bottom is probably in for Bitcoin. It wouldn't actually be confirmed from a charting perspective. It would only be confirmed at a charting perspective at around 28.6k, believe it or not, which would be a break above the entire range that we've seen for a long period of time, since around May 2022. That would be the absolute confirmation. But obviously, if you're waiting for absolute confirmation, you're going to miss out on very good prices. So this, in my opinion, would be enough for me to buy the remaining 50% of my Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to draw in the rest of the channel in a second, but we need to get a good understanding of what the buying plan is. The buying plan has been this. We've bought 50% already, and this is what I've, had as the channel's buying plan for a long period of time. We've bought 50% at 17 to 18k, and we recommend a 50% buy at either 11.5 to 13.8k, or a 50% buy at the breakout of the yellow line, right? And the bull market support band, right? / bull market support band. That would be a 50% buy, right? So whatever happens first out of these two bottom scenarios would be the triggered, of the 50% buy. That would trigger the rest of the buy, whether it's a breakout to the upside or break downwards towards lower support zones. So say, for example, we were to go downwards towards these lower support zones, how would that happen? Well, let's look here for a second, and this is where the channel comes in. We have the channel formation. We discussed it before, discussing it again. Look at that. Bottom line of the channel right there. What does that form? It forms a perfect parallel channel on Bitcoin that rarely not many people are looking at. Now, the thing about a channel formation, a descending channel formation, especially one of this angle, right? You can see the slope is quite harshly downwards, is they generally break to the upside, and this one will almost certainly break to the upside. It seems very unlikely, given the current state of the market, that Bitcoin will drop below this channel, because if it was to do that, look what would have to happen. It would have to go down very, very sharply, right? So now we have to look at, well, we have one scenario that we've looked at already, right? Which is we go upwards and we break out and then we buy the rest, and then Bitcoin likely enters an upwards trend and continues going upwards, right? That's the first scenario. But we have to look at the other scenario as well, which is why this channel is incredibly important, because for one, it indicates a reversal point in the bear market, right? So the break to the upside indicates a reversal point, which we've covered, right? We'd buy and it'd go upwards most likely. What happens if we go downwards? Well, there's no chance, rarely no chance, of us breaking below the channel, but we could very well go downwards and test the channel again for support at one of these levels before breaking to the upside, right? In which case, what levels would we be looking at? Well, we can check that out and determine it by looking at the 4-year cycle theory and looking at the horizontal support levels on the Bitcoin chart. Let's go ahead and dive into the Bitcoin chart just straight off the bat. We can see that there's a massive clump on the volume profile that starts up at around 11.5k. Let's draw in a line there. You can see on the side here, massive clump of the volume profile, 11.5k. Go ahead and remove the volume profile, and we can see just straight off the bat that 11.5k is, of course, a very strong weekly chart support zone that was tested in 2018, tested in 2019, and tested in 2020 before the breakout. Very strong weekly candle support zone there. So 11.5k is a very strong weekly candle support that we have as horizontal support. So we can go ahead and draw that into the channel now. We can get a horizontal line and we can draw it in at around 11.5k, and we can make it a pink line. So that is a potential retest point, right? We also have a potential retest point that I've covered a lot in the past at 13.8k, which is the highest point of the bear market in 2019. that is the highest point of the bear market in 2018. It's also a bear market resistance zone and support zone, should I say, from 2017, a bull market support zone, I should say, from 2017 that we dropped down, bounced off of it, and then finally lost it. So that's 13.8k. And again, we can go ahead and draw that in. And 1 second, what lines up with 13.8k? The 400-week SMA lines up perfectly with 13.8k, making it an even stronger support zone. So now we have two very important lines. Let's go ahead and draw in 13.8k. I want to briefly interrupt this video to talk about the BitGet Exchange. The BitGet Exchange has 5 times lower fees than Binance, which is the biggest major exchange in the cryptocurrency market on futures. It also has 0 fees on every single spot pair, so you can trade spot for entirely free, no fees included. It runs events. Right now it's got a FIFA World Cup event sponsored by Messi, the football player. It's got copy trading, strategy trading. It's got exclusive rewards and discounts in the reward center. It's got everything you need for a trader using exchange. This is the exchange I personally use as a trader for my everyday trading, and I highly recommend everyone does so at the Wolves of Crypto YouTube channel. Sign up using my referral link for exclusive rewards and discounts. That really helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. For my fans from the United States of America, you can sign up using this exchange with a VPN and use the exchange with a VPN and just sign up using my referral link like normal, and you'll be treated like a normal customer because this is also a non-KYC exchange. So make sure to sign up using my referral link in the pinned comment or the description below, and without further ado, let's get back into the video. This is assuming we continue to downside, right? Because we've already tested the low at 15k. There is a decent probability that the bottom is actually in there, believe it or not. And that's something we discussed in today's video. But again, we've discussed the upside scenario. The upside scenario is we break upwards, we buy, Bitcoin likely goes up and likely confirms the bottom. That's the upside scenario. The downside scenario is non-existent because we won't break below the channel. It's simply moving downwards too quickly. But as I said, we could very well retest the bottom of a channel. If we were to do that, okay, this is how TA generally works. When you're in a channel, when you come down to the bottom of the channel, you're generally retesting on support. Okay, so if we were to retest the bottom of this channel, it would happen at either 13.8k, in which case we'd retest that level at around Christmas time, 25th of December, or it would happen at around 11.5k, in which case it would happen in early February. Okay, now, either of those retests could very easily confirm the bottom on Bitcoin, right? Because I think the bottom is either going to be right here where we are, which is probably most likely in my opinion, or at 13.8k, or in the worst case scenario at 11.5k. So each one of these retests could be the bottom. So the bottom could either be, right, and this is my opinion of course, but this is based on analysis that I've done. The bottom could either be already in, right, which would be around here in November 21st. It could happen around Christmas, or it could happen around the start of February. Those are the 3 points in which we could see the bottom on Bitcoin based on this channel formation and based on the horizontal support levels. Okay, now does that line up with the 4-year cycle theory? Well, the first bottom that we saw in November, of course does, because the 4-year cycle theory predicts a Q4 bottom, right? You can pause the chart here and take a look. I've discussed it so many times on this channel, I'm not going to bore you guys again. But the first bottom here, the potential bottom at 15k-ish, yep, that supports the 4-year cycle theory. The second bottom here at 13.8k, yes, that supports the 4-year cycle theory. The third bottom, however, in early February, does not quite support the 4-year cycle theory, right? But it's not far away enough to invalidate it completely. It would just skew the data, okay? You have to remember the 4-year cycle theory is not an exact trend. It doesn't give you an exact date of where the bottom will be. That's why we've been saying Q4. It has to be vague. Now, February would admittedly skew the data quite a lot and kind of make the trend a little bit ugly, but it wouldn't fully invalidate the trend. Okay, it would just skew the data and make it a lot more rough for next time. So technically, the 4-year cycle theory would be alive if we did bottom out in February, if we did bottom at 11.5k according to this channel. Ideally, if we were to go that low, it would be a wick earlier in something like January, which would be much, much cleaner. But the point is, the main point of this video is this. This channel formation, again, I'll say it again, very unlikely to break to the downside. If we do go further down, it's very likely to bounce off of one of those levels and bottom out on one of those levels, and is almost certain to break to the upside in the future, where we would be buying the remaining 50% of that Bitcoin. So it's a very, very important channel, and those dates that I've given you there, which is 21st of November, 26th of December, and 10th of February, are very important to watch as well. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.